This is going to be the sub spawn on Icebreaker. Again, the other side is going to be the ship spawn because there's a giant, freighter over there. So this side is honestly even more of a draft than the other side. I came up with some basic stuff, but it's probably going to get reworked a lot. There are a lot of entry points that we got to worry about. Just kind of the way the map is over here. You have the water over here on the far left. You have this left corridor or alley right here, and then this one just inside of that. So to be honest, I haven't even come up with a good way to label it yet. We'll have to figure out how we want to do that. I guess we could do kind of just like a far left, mid left kind of thing. We'll figure that out, but I think the only way we can really do it is we're going to have a player cover both of these. There's no really good way to cut off both like exits at the same time by one angle. I think it's doable, but we'll have to see how it goes. I would think for now we'll just have a player covering the mid-left alley here. I wouldn't sit up here. I think this is just kind of asking to get killed. There's way too many angles people can come out at you, far, near, and even the water close up here. I think it'd be better to either maybe play, occasionally like from in here, play this angle from time to time. Again, I wouldn't play it often, but maybe just get a kill or two. And then more often, I would probably just kind of cut this off at almost like a 90. Like let them come around the corner, play something like this, or even maybe even like back here. This is probably even better. That way, the only thing sticking out is your head, and you can just pick everybody off as they come around the corner. Probably the best way to do it. As far as that far left alley, I think you could probably play it from in this where's this? It's a blue building. Right? Yeah, the blue building here. You just again, take them out when they come around the corner. You could play from there. You could play maybe here. This is probably a little dangerous. They might shoot you through the wall, but you could probably play this from time to time too. Or even, I think there's a good spot on the outside. Yeah, the outside of the building right here. Maybe occasionally coming up to the actual entrance, like here or so, just to kind of throw them off. A lot of options to play this one. This should be pretty simple to cover. The water itself, I think we're going to cover it from back, all the way back in the sub. We've actually played this a little bit with a couple guys before, and it did work out pretty well. Basically just have a guy sit way back here. I mean, it's going to be pretty slow probably, but depending on how much they come water side, not only does this cover the left or cover the water, but it also covers the spawns, because again, this map is, like I was saying in that last video, is spawns can be weird. We don't have to be that far up and they start spawning behind us, so we gotta somehow get a guy in the back. This is probably the best way to do it. So yeah, that's already 3 players right there. You have the water and spawn, water spawn player, far left, mid left, and then we still have 3 entrances, which is what makes this kind of tricky. You've got the sub exit right here, and then you have the mid right and right entrances. So probably best way to play the right again would probably not be way up here. There's just way too many angles that can come out at you. So I would suggest playing maybe cutting it off a little bit more. This occasionally would probably be good. Just, again, they're coming out at you at multiple angles, up here, up top, far right, and then near on the left here. So cutting it off at maybe an angle closer to this would be better. I have played up here as well in the actual crate. This is actually pretty good. You just kind of lay down here, pick them off as they come around the corner. As far as covering the actual mid-right, this entrance, honestly, I mean, I don't really know. I didn't come up with a lot of great angles to do it. Could and cover it from like back here. This would probably be actually pretty decent, because then you're actually a quick fill for center as well. Coming out of the sub. If your sub player comes down, you're actually right here. You can just kind of quickly turn and get that kill. So I would suggest playing something, again, more cutting off the angles, not looking straight down the alley. Maybe occasionally give yourself an angle where you're looking all the way down. depending on where your right player is playing, obviously. But I would, for the most part, probably stay away from looking straight down there. Yeah, that would be your far right and mid right player. And then the sub, there is actually a lot you can do in here. When we were playing with a couple guys before, what I would do is I usually start aggressive, but then I would also pull back at times. And then playing from like even like back here is a pretty good spot. I mean, you're kind of like head glitching. They can't really see you. As soon as they come up, you just pick them off. If you have, this should probably also be like a Torque player or maybe a Nomad player, but I think Torque would be even better because that way you can just kind of eliminate the entrance altogether. If you do it right, you can kill. Oh, I thought it was Torque here. Let me switch. There we go. And of course, as we spawn on the other side. Alright, I'll just run over there. But if you use the shield properly, you can actually cut off the exit to the sub pretty much altogether. And then if we're struggling, you can just kind of eliminate that exit and then help out whatever side needs help. I've also played in here, kind of just messing with people, going back and forth between playing this right side of the door and playing the left side of the door here. You can get a lot of kills doing that. It does get pretty hot, but it is pretty effective. And then if you want, what I would do is I would put barbed wire down in the center. And that way, if I happen to be looking one way or the other, this kind of allows you to stop them from coming up on you real quick. At least without having to shoot it. Because it's pretty difficult to actually jump this barbed wire effectively and get over it. One tricky little angle you have too in here, if you're playing the sub, is you can actually help your right side out by looking out these doorways, and that's the right side right there. Before they even get up to where they're typically able to get to on the right, you can pick them off before they even get there. So this is a good kind of change up angle on them. But again, if you need to pull back and we need to play it differently, you can literally just set up a shield. Now you've blocked off the entire entrance. So you can play this pretty dynamic, or you can pull back and play more defensive, or even cut it off entirely and allow us to have an extra body to play either the right or the left. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really all I came up with. Again, this is a draft. We'll see how it goes. Work it as we go, and maybe we'll come up with entirely different new positions. But I think this is a pretty solid way to at least start off and see how it goes. So anyways, that's it. So we'll see you on the next video.